thank the ranking member. Now you have 5 minutes to Glenn Grothman from Wisconsin.
Okay, thank you for coming over here. A little bit concerned. What is the most recent number on the amount of federal debt we have?
Oh, sorry. So it's 100 is nearly 100% of GDP. Our projection is now from January, and so that was for 30 trillion at the end of this year. The reconciliation bill we project will add more to the debt, and we'll have an update on that for you in February.
Okay, you said in January it was what, 30?
It was in January, we projected at the end of this year, the debt held by the public would be just over $30 trillion.
What's this $37 trillion I hear about?
That's the gross debt. So that includes the intergovernmental debt, the securities attributed to the Social Security Trust Fund. It's another measure
Okay, but just so I'm comparing apples to apples here, your figures that you list for the House Appropriations Subcommittee, you're showing for the year ending 24, which is really a year ago, you're showing 28.2 billion there.
That's right, and that's the net.
And we've gone up about 2 billion for the year that's ending. Well, actually,
an additional 2 trillion from 28.2 trillion to about 30.1 trillion is our projection.
Okay, is that kind of shocking? And what percent of that is borrowed every year? That's the thing that I like to look at.
I know. So we track that, and we track the composition of the debt. The debt duration now is just under 7 years, roughly. The last time I discussed it with this CBO staff. So that, it depends on exactly the composition, what rolls over, but that gives you an idea.
I'm under the impression about 26% of what we spend is borrowed. Is that accurate?
Well, the deficit is going to come in this year at about just under 6% of GDP. So that gives you a sense of the
How much is being borrowed? I mean, right? We're taking in a given amount of money, we're spending a given amount of money.
Yeah.
How much of that amount we're spent is not being made up by new, they call it revenue, taxes?
So it's about $1.8 trillion.
Okay, and is that about 26% of the amount we're spending?
Let's see, so spending is 6.8 trillion, so that would be 1.8 divided by 18 divided by 68, that's 20. Yep, that's right, you've got the math about right. Yep.
26%, kind of shocking. You watched us put together these appropriation bills. I was a little bit frustrated. How long have you been doing this? You feel you're kind of an expert?
I've been director since June of 2019, so a bit over 6 years.
Okay. Have you seen any programs end in that time? Just end programs?
I mean, there have been, that's instances we've been discussing.
Say in the last year, this was supposed
in the last
to be.
year. It's the enhanced premium tax credits from the ACA are one that's ending, and our estimate is that
That's still to be determined, but
it's about 350 billion over 10 years is the cost of extending that. I'm sure there's others. Actually, I can mention one other. Right in the during the pandemic, it was the American Rescue Plan Act. No, I'm sorry. It was the bill before the American Rescue Plan Act it was in 2020. Boy, the pandemic years blend together. But in 2020, there's a continuous coverage provision that, with respect to Medicaid, and that was ended after the pandemic ended. So there are examples, but I'm not disagreeing with your overall point that there's lots of things that are, start and then don't end.
you call it revenues and outlays. There are things like the low-income tax credit, which has been highly criticized. Does something like that show up here under revenues or outlays?
So the low-income tax credit, it's it would show up under revenues because it's a tax. It's
Right, it's kind of a misleading way of pretending
it's
that you're,
spending done through the tax code.
right. Yeah, I know new market tax credits is the same thing, right?
That's right. So there's a variety of tax expenditures. The Treasury puts out information on them. The Joint Committee on Taxation puts out their own list of all of those tax expenditures.
Okay,
The gentleman's time has expired.
I'm sorry, thank you.
We will now turn to our colleague Jimmy Panetta from California for 5 minutes.
Outstanding. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ranking Member Boyle, and of course, BWC.